Jack Parsons was born Marvel Whiteside Parsons on October 2nd, 1914 in Los Angeles, California. His father was a captain in the U.S. Army. His name was also Marvel Parsons. That's right, his father was Captain Marvel. His son later changed his name to John after his father left his mother subsequent to some unpleasantness over an adultery. That's from, again, Sinister Forces, A Grimoire of American Political Witchcraft, Book 1, The Nine, by Peter Levenda. Hello and welcome to another edition of the Stench of Truth. I see today that the Audit the Fed bill passed the House of Representatives, and for this we should be extremely grateful and happy, but I will stick by my earlier prognostication, and that is that the bill will die or be killed or be somehow manipulated beyond recognition, either in the Senate, in the Joint Conference Committee, if it comes out of there, or it will be vetoed by the President, because there is too much at stake here in this administration. The administration cannot allow this bill to pass. It will die in some fashion or another. But I cannot just sit idly by and say that that's just going to happen and live with it, because that's not the nature of how things are done with me. So definitely get in touch with your senators and tell them that they need to support this. They need to pass it. They need to pass it as a standalone measure. They need to make absolutely no fucking changes to it, and they need to do so quickly so that we can get the ball rolling on the entire Audit the Fed. Now, also, I am very keen to observe that the supposedly for the people Democratic Party once again caves in to the demands of corporate America. Now, this is the group that tries to persuade people that they are for them, that they're for families, that they're for unions, that they're for the people over the elites and the corporate giants in this country. But as has been shown repeatedly over and over again, especially recently, the Democrats in the House and the Senate are both bought and paid for just as much, if not more so, than the Republicans. Now, what usually happens whenever things of this nature occur is that in the mid-year elections, which are coming up in 2010, the people who have been so-called hoodwinked by whoever it is that happens to be in power at this particular time, they say, well, I'm going to vote for the fucking other side. Well, don't fall for that fucking bullshit. Do not run to the Republicans like they're going to save you, because they have the exact same agenda. It's just going to come a little bit later, because they don't have the power to put in their exact plan, which leads to the same end result as the Democrats do. They cry right now, oh, we got to save Medicare, only so that they can be the ones to eviscerate it when they get their power back, because they know how these things work. You think there's a two-party system. There's a one-party system. It's called corporatism. That's it. If you want some real change in politics, start looking at real progressive candidates, candidates who are not beholden to any groups at all, especially corporations, big business, insurance companies. If there's a candidate who is running who will take not one dime from any of those groups, I would vote for him. I wouldn't even care what his fucking platform was. Now, as regards what the so-called for the people Democrats are doing, they've eviscerated the so-called consumer protection bill by failing to rein in derivatives, totally caving in to the financial industry yet again. I'm not surprised. It makes me mad, just like it does every fucking time I have to tell you about it, but I'm not surprised, and neither should you be. And what about the Consumer Protection Agency? I think it should be stronger than it was even originally designed to be. And if you're not going to ban derivatives which cause the fucking economic catastrophe that we're suffering, then you should at least tax the hell out of them so that you could get some income from these money-grubbing motherfuckers on Wall Street who have benefited and profited from taxpayer dollars in bailouts. One or the other. For God's sake, ban or tax. But instead, the Democrats have caved. What else have they caved on? The public option in the healthcare reform legislation. Now I know I've heard some right-wing pundits, if you still believe in the right and left, talk about how there is a backdoor provision in this bill to usher in a public option. But the fact of the matter is that the Medicare proviso, which is being considered, would allow those age 55 or older to buy into Medicare. But remember, this fits into the entire fucking agenda, which is championed by the fucking AARP. Cut Medicare, eviscerate it, destroy it, take it down to the bare fucking bones, make doctors drop it because you're not going to pay them a fair rate for their services, so that the elderly are left stranded, and allow people to buy into that system. You want to know why? Because it will put more money into Medicare, and those people will have to buy supplemental policies. Guess who sells them? AARP. So this all fits into this agenda, you understand. So there is no backdoor public plan. Don't buy into the bullshit. It's a total fucking sellout. A bailout for the insurance industry. Plain and simple. And this from the group that claims to be for you, and for your family, and for your union job. I hope that I've illustrated for you, yet again, that there is no difference. If you plan on voting these assholes out of office, and I strongly urge that you do not, under any circumstances, think that you're going to get anything different from Republicans or anybody else who is getting money from big business and corporations in this country. Go progressive, go for people who do not take any money, if there's even such a thing. I don't even know if you can find a candidate that fits that bill. But certainly find someone who's less indebted to them. And definitely cross the fucking Republicans off your goddamn list right off the bat. And the Democrats too, of course. So, sellouts. You're sold out again. I hope you're happy. All of you who think you have a real handle on what's going on without accepting the idea that everything is being run to an agenda that you have to oppose every fucking step of the way, tooth and nail, or your future is dead. If you still believe that you have some handle on what's going on in politics by believing in left and right, and Democrat and Republican, and that there's a real difference, you better wake up. Thank you. Good night.